These are the best highlights from all the matches of the day during the 2024 LCK Summer Split.
Set up in the top. Yeah, and DRX kind of don't. Sylvie going to come on over, does not find the blue buff, and also that's the pounce on top of the Sejuani, and that could just be first blood going over to Yahoo. It is. Can they get another one? What the heck was Fisher doing? Oh dear, 2-0 here for DRX. The Nidalee, absolutely fantastic pick, taking full control of the early game. Extraordinary play.
So definitely looking to sort of pick up those carries as a priority in these fights. Right now they're starting up the Dragon. I'm not sure Nongshim are going to be able to get close to this in time.
Going down exceptionally fast, so that is going to be the Securus. Now Sylvie looking for an opportunity here. Does find the ulti, but it's onto a Leona. That is dangerous. And it's a lot of damage being taken, but Jiwoo just trying to answer back. Fisher doing that front flip to get into the fight, and it's Pleta that tries to sacrifice himself. They lock down Teddy though, and they'll grab Pleta as well. It's a double, and I think some certification over to Jiwoo.
Having it like your grandma has, you know?
I hope he invites Teddy, because Teddy doesn't have any plates. We're gonna have a look from Jiwoo's perspective. As, yeah, he's just frontlining. He is an absolute monster. Calls for the wild growth there as well.
Yeah, and using the wild growth aggressively is so much better now.
Use that Richard yet, obviously, but see where it can go. Get them some extra money. Pleta moving aggressively forward here. Solarflare going to connect onto Sylvie. Spear's going to be landing here, and he's pretty tanky, but just not tanky enough. Buster shot, though! Executes the Nidalee. I was not expecting a 1-for-1. For Nongshim fans, but they're pretty important items here on the DRX side. Like, I think if you're gonna fight, like, this is the time where you... Oh, that's not really what you want, but Sponge is the one that's really gonna get punished because Jiwoo is here. That Captain Jack was beautiful out of the Zeri. Still does have to use it, but now Fisher is just taking a Mountain Dragon for free. Sponge is in the dirt. Teleport coming towards the bottom side, though, as Dundun and Jiwoo looking to do it once again. And Yahoo was just left on his lonesome, wants to be able to take down some health bar of this turret, and will at least be able to grab a couple of Triforce procs before he does eventually definitely go down. There he goes. Jiwoo going to be able to get his 4th of the game. And not a lot of vision over this wall as they are looking for the turn. Teddy, nowhere to go, no options at all. It was a cunning ruse. We thought that maybe we just cast a curse, and we didn't. They knew what was going on. They were baiting DRX in.
Maybe it's just Nidalee. You know, if Nidalee's on the enemy team, your team just becomes godlike.
I do think that DRX didn't do a lot of favors for themselves with the draft, but I also think that Nongshim have been playing expertly with what they've been given as Frog looks for that opportunity on Jiwoo, and Jiwoo will not give it to him. Never mind. He tries to dash away, but it does not work. Still, he stands his ground. Finally, he falls down, but I think the damage may have been done. That flash, pretty sexy there from Fisher as well as Pleta. He's going to get impaled and destroyed, and I think Jiwoo, I think that he may have just done it. Stayed alive through it all until the very end. And Nongshim, they're going to break open the base and maybe even just win right here.
Yeah, I mean, it's the right idea from DRX to try and kill Jiwoo, but you just saw how long he survived, how much damage he's able to do in that situation with the Runans, able to counteract the play. And now Nongshim just looking to end here.
Yeah.
No opposition from DRX. Teddy up in 6, DRX, Sponge up in now, but he's not going to be able to do anything.
Nope. He's going to have to watch it. Yeah, they're going to do that.
They're going to do that.
It makes me a little bit...
yeah, I'm kind of thinking it would be the Jack. This one's being...
I think they just stun each other in the sky over and over again.
You reckon? I feel like some dude's just going to be, you know, walking his dog or something. He gets hit by an arrow and he's frozen for the next 7 years or something.
No, but remember, like, League of Legends is played, like, hovering above.
Oh, yeah.
So when that gets fired out, it just goes off into the atmosphere.
The internet is a thing.
To the internet.
I feel like there was a terrible idea to dive into the lore.
I know.
As a topic.
When we are completely ill-prepared.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to know things about the lore, but now it's all just irrelevant.
I feel like it's not even just, like, us as there is other casters on the LCK team who I feel like would have done a much better job. I'm certain Mao knows plenty of other lore.
I'm sure he does. I imagine D-Gun does too, because like he did the base thing, like predicted Nongshim, knew that they were going to win.
I don't know if you know this, but Mao actually studied lore at university. He has a law degree.
Oh, that's why he says he's not a lawyer, because you don't spell lawyer like that. He studied LORE.
Right, exactly.
Oh, he'd be a lorer.
And that's why he talks about video games instead of being like the guys from Suits, you know?
It makes sense. Oh. Man, that's actually kind of ruined things for me, though. Oh, we might have a bit of a fight here. That's an immediate flash out from Yahoo. They do manage to secure the dragon. As out goes Sponge with the assistance of a buster shot. Max range shot, though. He's going to connect onto Guga, and he knows that he is dead. That is going to be first blood very, very late here at 11 minutes and 40 seconds. Going to Teddy. There's trading happening as there's an Emperor's Divide also. Fisher is going to take a few Sand Soldier autos. Guga just dealing with that control ward in the meantime.
Okay, I'm not really following the lore now because
yeah, sorry.
It started to talk about Sand Soldiers. Are we in Shurima now?
Yeah, no, we're not. We're still looking for a blessed land, looking to trade with wealth for immortality.
Oh, like the plates in the top lane.
Exactly, and the plates may have some of the, the Fountain of Youth there, which I believe is the storyline that we're alluding to here, as he does manage to take that plate.
Yeah.
But apparently that's not the case. Not canon.
Yeah, I thought that was the crossover.
Was that retcon?
Maybe that was back in the day. Back when we had like King Rammus and Chosen Master Yi.
Yeah.
Back in the day where they were like, we can do a little crossover.
It wasn't really, though, was it? All right, Fisher is going to get the bad news. Yahoo immediately jumps on him.
Oh, there's Platter.
And yeah, there's the depth charge. You can't dodge that one, as he's now waiting for the rocket jump. Beautifully done there. Gets the flash out.
But it's just literal support,
Yeah, straight up.
He's giving his money to his teammates, not taking.
That's where Pike gets all that money from, I think. I imagine that's probably part of the lore. As we could have a bit of a fight here. Teleport in from Fisher. Does take a little bit of damage there, but isn't too worried about it otherwise. As Nongshim setting themselves up for this first Mountain Drake. Guga just going to try and turn this engage. They managed to pick up the Jax, and he is absolutely destroyed. Beautifully done there. Guga just making things happen, but now Pleta going to be able to take him down. The punishment is instant, and so is the sadness on Dagon's face as they take control of this one. Another hook! And that buster shot, fantastic. Into the backline goes the Azir, but there's no one that was ready for it. Sylvie is going to do his attempt, and it's going to work way better as bring the man back up on the screen yet again, because Nongshim, they'll win the fight in the end. So he immediately repositions, and Teddy is fighting him right now. There's the flash, the barrier comes in, the burst fires, and finally Teddy will be able to take him down. Man, that looked dicey. But he's able to get the 1v1 against his opposite number.
The gold is pretty even, but Nongshim have 3 dragons. You can see here, it's this Q that ends up missing. That's so close.
Yeah,
all those 2 in the end.
Let's go.
Let's go. No translation required there. I know that feeling, when you're so jazzed, you're so locked in.
Yeah.
And it doesn't quite work out.
When you just get zeried.
Yeah, you just get zeried. He's here towards the bottom side. Fisher going to turn up as Dindin going to try and catch that wave. The rest of the team going to be here, but some free time with this outer turret and a little bit late on the rotation towards mid here, and they will lose their outer turret. Does mean that they get control of the river. FearX now moving over. Another hook is going to connect. There's the knock-up, and I don't know what Dindin was doing, but it just wasn't going to work out very well. As now Frog is throwing rocks around and Nongshim just trying to get out. The flash comes in, the hook, it still lands. Unbreakable Will does come on through there. It's another great headbutt as Sylvie is looking for the resets, but he's gonna be denied. Sponge looking to jump on top of Jiwoo here. Extendo Beam just cuts him down. That is a lot of damage. Nongshim still trying to stay amongst this, still trying to get a little bit of a way in. I don't think they're going to be able to do it 4 versus 3. 10 seconds until Dundun is up with teleport available. But this dragon, not long for the world right now. Fisher laying down these autos. Frog able to soak them relatively decently as the Sand Soldiers come on in. He's just not stopping. Yeah, I mean, Frog is about 50% right now. Sponge looking to take down his blue buff. Still very dangerous. This Baron does a lot of work, and they're like fish in a barrel. Sponge diving on in Emperor's Divide, and they're cutting them down. The Zeri takes the Baron, and Nongshim. It was one heck of a Hail Mary, but I don't think God was on their side this time. Fish is looking to try and grab themselves a little Krug on the other side, and Dagon, he hasn't been here for that long. He doesn't really know, and got a taste of it right here as Fisher, he's split pushing. Just wanted to try and pad those stats a little bit before this one, but Nexus turrets are now under fire. Frog will turn up to try and answer this push. And speaking of pushes, Teddy able to get a few more autos into this turret. We'll be able to take that first one down. Jiwoo wanting to get a little bit of an angle here as in goes the Skarner. That's another knock-up as Pleta going to get thrown around. They're looking to try and take him out here. He does get the ultimate off this time, but the Impale does come on through. Dundun not going to be able to all out his way out of this one. And it's a 4 versus 4, but Fisher is still very strong. Teddy taking a few autos there as they do try and dive on top. It's a 1-for-1 in the end of that little trade as well. As the Counter-Strike comes in and Fisher! Oh no, he gets pushed back into the Counter-Strike as Teddy. He will go down in the end, but that is going to be the ace. It's a triple for the Jacks and one Nexus turret to be taken down. DRX will even out the series.
Looked so close at the end. Looked like Sylvie maybe was going to get the resets there, but the bounce back comes through. Sponge with a clutch play.
Sort of a pick your poison when it comes to these casters in the jungle. The, oh my goodness, I am so exceptionally surprised that it is.
So happy just to trade those objectives across. And the next dragon will be Hextech. So no Hextech Soul in the cards.
Yep, could be a Cloud still.
Could be.
I'll hold out hope for that one. As Guga helping with the push here. As Teddy just holds the fort. Nautilus heading back home. Pleta will be back down here. Forced to flash. Does make it out. Pleta gets down here once again as well. Now we're looking for another angle. Teddy throws out the ultimate here just to make sure that they can get another dive angle off. And Sponge, will he be the one to start this one? As there's the depth charge. Jiwoo just going for the reposition. As Pleta having to get out of there. Sponge has to throw down the ulti as Dundun has made his way in. No ulti that would have been pretty good. But Sponge is, yeah, no man's land. And it will be the kill going over to Guga, which is not the best, but still first blood going to Nongshim. Well, Nongshim going to even out the grub score here as Dundun moves down to help out. Guga already in position. Rotation up from Jiwoo, doesn't have his ultimate available just yet. He's got a teleport from Yehu making his way back. This could be another fight as Zenith Blade brings Guga in there, finds the Solar Flare as well. As the ultimate from the Brand doing a lot of work. They do just close in onto Sponge, but it is going to be the kill for Teddy to start it off, and the Xin Zhao just lasted for so long. Jiwoo now running the wrong direction, does manage to grab the kill onto this Nautilus for the moment, but I don't know whether he's going to be able to make it out of this one. A couple of turret shots, a barrier to help out as Teddy just skates on over. A blast cone comes in, and I think Jiwoo might be okay as Extendo Beam doesn't even need to be avoided, just continues to walk.
And a big takeaway here is so many summoners burned, and now the teams are posturing for a dragon fight. Fisher has flash, and he's the only one.
There's another hook, this time landing onto Guga, who does try to use his Zenith Blade to get out. I just don't know whether it's going to be enough here. So much long range damage. Never mind. Jiwoo makes his way in. Guga still going to be the target, but he is going to survive. And the Brand doing so much work. Teddy trying to get a kill back, and he does kill the Brand, but it's a double kill from the grave, as well as Jiwoo picking up 2-4 on the ground. And Pleta really wants to kill this ward. He might be allowed to. They do get a ward over. He flashes on in. They look for Guga, who acquiesces as he Zenith Blades in. Another hook is going to come down there, but Dundun, he's going to turn up in the nick of time. They find the Impale. He is stunned, but it does not matter. And once again, DRX decide they want to engage on a Leona and get instantly punished.
Yeah, they tried for Jiwoo, but he just flashes away. They go, okay, well, I guess we'll take the Leona. No, that's not the take. That's not the play. Nongshim immediately punished with Herald in pocket. So easy to translate this into more. The only saving grace for DRX is that Baron isn't up yet.
Yep.
Nongshim, and they're just really trying to make sure that doesn't happen. They've already started the Dragon up.
Yep. Banana Brush being fought for here as Guga once again going in. Yeah, Frog wants to try and find that angle. Does make it in towards this back line. And now Sponge fighting Guga. Guga might actually get stunned up here as Frog's first death. It's gonna happen right here. There's the killer instinct, and Jiwoo doesn't care about his KDA. As Dundun wanting to find Teddy, there's the Impale, and he's so dead. There is another kill, and Nongshim looking to make Dagon's dreams a reality. I mean, it worked 33% for 33% of their kills. As, all right, they have got on top of Jiwoo. There's a hook that's going to connect. They do manage to at least take down the connector for now, but my God! The Brand damage is revolting! And there goes Sponge, the first kill for Fisher in this game as well, as he picked up so many assists. And oh my gosh, that Brand damage was just disgusting. Yeah, me too. I guess he pressed an ulti button or something like that at some point.
Yeah. Still a lot. Oh, Teddy.
Teddy does have the skate away, but he also has this way of getting out as well. He's no longer
You know what?
there.
Like, I have no doubt it's going to be Sylvie POG. I've already filled mine out.
Oh, yeah.
In.
Oh, 100%.
But Guga has been so much better today. He was the worst performing member of the team. He's been popping off.
And look at him go in once again. He's going to get thrown into the back line. He will get punished, will get taken down. That was finally a little bit too much, maybe with the assistance of a caster curse. But I don't know whether it really matters as Sponge is getting chased down by Fisher, finds the last rocket onto him as well. The brand is still just disgusting. I don't have enough words to say how much damage this guy is doing. 6-1 and 11. Triple kill coming on through for Fisher. 4-0-12 on his Corki. Looking brilliant there. And Teddy, yeah, he's the human Nexus standing next to the other Nexus, and both of those Nexuses are in a lot of trouble. Do love to say that about flashes. As all right, they managed to lock down the Ocean Soul. There is a special delivery by Dindin. As Sponge presses the ult button, but it's not really the immortality that would other happens. Oh, he's golden, my God! And in the meantime, it's just fire bouncing everywhere. Yahoo! He just wants to get out of here, wants to try and get a few extra CS, and Sylvie, look at him, hands off keyboard, pretty psyched about how this game went. Oh man, he had the audacity to survive. He didn't even have to. And it still would have been amazing.
With 0-3 going to the Poppy, and there's a lot of dashes that they could stop.
Oh, the Rice, you can see, look at Lucid's face. You know, I'm actually like, I'm kind of disappointed that I spent the time, you know, eating my lunch. As what? That's a solo kill. Closer just dives the turret and walks away.
As you can see, it's a LeBlanc favored matchup.
Quite
yeah,
heavily. I think
you're
like counterpick.
Level 3, you're expected to get a solo kill.
Oh my God, do you know what this is?
There's like a sweet spot where the reset potential is really high.
Oh, that is a lot of damage going down onto Kellen. Flame Chomp is holding him in place there as well, and now he's much squishier. That is going to be another kill, as in the 2v2, Henna just destroys the Nautilus.
It did.
I think the LCK team won that.
They did, and we can see Raptor moving up, but doesn't have level 6. It is a level 6 Cassante. I don't think this is a plausible dive, but they're looking to capitalize on the plates now that the reinforcement is gone.
Do we have a minute? Can we just pop back and just do a little bit more? As
No,
Hook is going to connect. There's the knock-up. Flash does come out from Raptor as Aiming looking to try and get some certification. Raptor goes in and Aiming blows him up. That's going to be the first one for Dplus, and it's on exactly the right champion.
Like, Execute wasn't there as well, and he'd probably be a better person to send him first as the Rel. But regardless, like, you didn't have backup from your mid-80 carry, so you couldn't afford that. So just definitely an overstep. Does end up costing them some pressure, but the Dragon can still be contested. We do see Closer TPing in with the Ludens.
Yep. Henna also does have his Kraken Slayer completed, so item completion advantage here for BNK on the bottom side at least.
I need to know, did it say in the lore?
Trying to push Showmaker even further away once again, gets himself in a rise, as now we'll get the information. Is it going to be the Chemtech Soul? Is it going to be a Cloud? We haven't had one of those either. There it is, the lockdown, and there's the Chemtech. As in goes Closer, looks for an opportunity. Execute gets a Magnet Storm, and it's onto exactly the one they wanted. Impale comes down as well. Emperor's Divide hits 3. Showmaker navigates his way out just barely. As Clear is going to grab that one with the passive. That's why they always say more dots. As Clear is going to ram Kellen into the wall. The turret going to be helping out there as well, as Lucid's going to make his way down. Teleport to come in as well. Let's see whether Execute and Clear can survive. As Lucid gets underneath the turret, Hook is going to connect there, and the Skarner is going to fall down. 2-1-0 for the Zeri is certainly good news, but everywhere else, these lanes are getting pummeled.
Yeah, this is actually a big advantage for BNK FearX here. Getting both these out of towers and trade 100% win.
Yeah, Henna will be able to take this turret. Yeah, that's going to go down. Cease and Desist can now come on through with Showmaker. I think he just knows that he's dead. He puts up the Sun Disc and says, that's it for me. See whether this siege is going to be successful as Kingin opting for a back, as Execute just going to have a bit of fun here. Throws a whole bunch of mines towards this turret as well. And that is 6 grubs, so They really do destroy these turrets quickly. Pressures
Yeah.
the ocean floors. We've got a bit of an attack here. That is a great little pickup onto Closer. We thought he'd be pretty safe, as so far he kind of is. There's another distortion, and he just gets himself out. Why did we ever doubt him? There's Kingen, now looking to get amongst it. Kellen, okay. Gonna throw out the hook, but the Vault Breaker is going to come on through. Shattering Strike for a double stun is decent, as Kingen gets himself out. Able to utilize that extra tenacity as Raptor going to create that distance nicely, but has to use the flash to do so. And Kingen now finds himself in amongst it alone. And Hannah going to get excited after picking up that kill. Clear throwing rocks around, and Kellen just going to leave the area. BNK in full control, and they are not relinquishing.
And if you're wondering how is Showmaker half HP, he was 1v1ing the Baron, so yeah, I don't think anyone actually hit him.
Oh!
Now he's nearly dead.
He did get hit that time, though. I saw that. That was Closer. And they're just on the Baron. Execute going to head in towards this Baron pit. Callan over the top. Lucid in the area. Does have ulti, does have flash. Almost has smite. Closer wanting to get him out of here is all right. Execute diving on in, wanting to get rid of this Viego. Aiming, throws down the ulti. Could it be his time? They've already taken out the jungle. Emperor's Divide pushes the Stunner into the wall. Look at these health bars. It is a Zeri smorgasbord, but he's slowed down. Has to flash on forward, and he'll be able to take down Execute. Oh dear, BNK. They may have just dropped the ball, but not entirely.
Oh, but looks like they might be going over the Baron themselves. Henna's nowhere near, doesn't have the help.
And this is kind of, it's kind of exactly what Nongshim tried to do in their last series as well, as Henna, he went back to base. Yeah, this should just be the Baron going down. Clear is just really dead, so he's going to be the icing on the cake. Super Mega Death Rocket! No, not happening. Amy just going to tank that one up.
That's a big spot.
As Lucid going to get spotted, there's a cease and desist, which will be cancelled. In fact, that's the only champion that you're not allowed to press that button on.
Yeah, but that was actually pretty good timing, because if Lucid was, because obviously the Vi was traveling a long distance, if you did it early, you might have just got knocked up afterwards.
True. Oh. As there's a hook, and the Impale is going to be avoided there as well, so that's another cooldown that is now down. Closer trying to take the Nautilus for a walk, but he will not do so. Kingen into the backline, gonna get smashed into the wall, but he's pretty tanky, and it's a fight on multiple fronts. We'll see whether the pincer is going to work, as Kingen bearing the brunt of it. He is going to get executed by the Super Mega Death Rocket, and Depth Charge not followed up on at all. There is the Shattering Strike into the crash down, as Showmaker in so much trouble, but he gets the Emperor's Divide down, and now it's Aiming's turn to try and pop up. Oh my god! This Zeri able to grab that double kill. It's not a wipe. It's not completely over.
Need to kill Aiming.
They do need to kill Aiming.
That's the job. That's the goal. That's all there is to it. Henna's killing Red Buff. That's not Aiming.
That is not Aiming. Raptor is in the pit. That's not Aiming. As the Drake is going to be secured by Raptor. That's not Aiming. But, the three-man Impale, but not on Aiming. He finds the ulti, though. Aiming now gets behind the wall, and Closer looks for that backline. That's Aiming. Is he actually going to be able to kill him, though? That's the question. Is now Execute dashing forward. Oh, Aiming is going to die, but not before he takes down more of them. A triple kill for the Jinx, and Hannah getting online. Lucid now dashing around, finding the angles, and there it is. I have to say, I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah,
I have to be honest. As Showmaker possibly going to get closed in on here as Closer. Going to give away his position. And down to half health is this Baron. Dplus, though, are able to get themselves back up to a decent health margin. Just want to stop any of the funny business. They don't want any sort of wraparound, as Aiming, he's skating out of there.
Yeah,
he just wants to try and end the game.
Aiming has no flash. Raptor does. I don't think I have to spell it out. Just flash on Aiming and ult him. I spelled it out, but yeah, do that.
You didn't spell it.
Well, I explained it.
If you could spell it, that'd be good. J, I'll start with
U,
yeah,
S,
yeah,
T, space, K,
yeah,
I, L, L, space, A, I, M, I, N, G.
Oh my, okay, just kill Aiming.
Yeah, there we go.
It was so simple. And then just be a Jinx is now Closer going to pick up a depth charge. Kellen looking for the hook angle. He will be able to get it. And pop goes the LeBlanc. That is kill number one for Aiming, as now they're barreling down looking for the rest of BNK FearX. They may have to settle for a Baron. because a 4 versus 5 is not what they're looking for, and without Closer, they lose so much of their damage. Henna can breathe a bit of a sigh of relief here as they look to set up for the Elder.
And especially if this comes down to a smite fight, Lucid doesn't have his tools to close the distance.
Oh, Kellen looking for that flank angle. Closer dashing out of the way. Just being as tricky as possible. Lucid did have his mist. He's going to lose out on that for the moment. There is the crash into the wall, the Impale onto 2, but where's the follow-up? Where are the answers here as execute? Gets the Magnus on it, aiming is going to be executed! Quite literally, but now Showmaker doing so much DPS, they take down Closer, and Henna, it is your time, he's at full health, and Lucid gets the dragon, and Kingen will find Henna! Dplus KIA, they didn't even need aiming, and they will ace BNK FearX, and they will win game 1.
Showmaker has had such a quiet game, but he pops off in the final fight. Aiming goes down, but his team are there.
Look at that Showmaker face in the player cam. My God, we really need to see the player cams and the voice comms at the end of this one. Because Dplus KIA, against all odds, are able to turn it. The just kill aiming was a success.
And it wasn't enough.
And it was not enough. They'll take down the Nexus.
Zeus bring that one out, I believe into Dplus.
Yeah, I think this was game 2, right? Make sure that they can... Okay, never mind. It's got a headbutt pulverize onto Henna. Kellen going to be knocked up, though, taking so much damage here. Now lit on fire. As aiming still at full health, though. They're not going to quite be able to finish off the kill, and they don't even get the flash out from Kellen just yet. Aiming still just trying to punish as now the dive comes in. That's going the wrong way, but he still takes a turret shot as Showmaker looks for the threaded volley. He finds the big rock, one more auto, and he'll return the favor.
Beautiful play from Showmaker, gets the solo kill after being on the receiving end in game 1.
Back to lane, let's have a look at this one more time. And I was a little bit worried, right? Because normally you seismic shove over the rocks to get the value. But he was in turret range after that.
Okay. Yeah, the turret hit was just contributing so much. And Closer goes for like a short flash so that you can try and...
I think he basically just said, what were you doing?
Yeah.
BNK possibly able to start this one off with 3. Lucid moving in.
Nearly there, by the way. He's a lot closer.
Yep, Weaver's Wall coming on through there. That is going to be the seismic shove. Raptor going to have to try and twist and advance his way away, and he will be able to do so, but Kellen is going to find the headbutt, and now aiming gets in here in the nick of time. Kellen survives somehow! And on the other side of the fight, it's Showmaker getting his second. Oh dear! This is the opposite start of game number 1, and BNK finding themselves in a big deficit.
On this one.
Yep.
And I'm hoping this one is in the Chemtech.
Yeah, you are paying extra attention.
I am dialed in. It's Cloud now, so no Cloud.
Oh, no Cloud, so that's a bit sad.
No Cloud Souls today.
Yeah, I know.
I'd be like, wow, winning early is really bad. So maybe BNK FearX are going for that angle. And if so, they're being challenged
severely. All right, there's going to be the ulti as Raptor trying to get out of there. He does manage to lock down one of the grubs here as aiming, looking to try and get away, and execute not going to be able to do that whatsoever. Showmaker now just going to try and lock him down. Does get the flash out from Raptor, but I guess they got what they came for. That is 4 grubbies. They're able to lock down 2 of them. All that Dplus can muster.
Yeah, not sure it's a weird trade for BNK FearX, I'll be honest. Oh, Closer.
Well, Kellen's going to look for it. Does manage to interrupt the rocket jump. A very difficult task, as we know. Henna does the walk tactic to get out of the seismic shove, but he's just standing here a little bit too long. He's got the barrier, the big old rock as... Oh!
And so they're no longer picking him things like Jinx, and they're going, hey, get him on Zeri, because it works.
Well, now we're looking for a fight around Herald. Extendo Beam not quite going to catch clear as he makes his way in. They will be able to grab some banana brush control as now the brambles come out, or the kitty cats, I should say. Headbutt Pulp comes in as the Weaver's Wall splits up the fight. Clear can't quite get out of there, but he does avoid the seismic shot, finds a huge cube, and now aiming, throws down the ulti. Closer has locked up the Vi, though, and now the re-engage. Oh, the pulverize into the shove. Picture perfect from Kellen and Showmaker.
Oh, man, you know, because sometimes I don't see on the sign that says 1+1, and when I go to the till, I'm just...
Oh, and he's like, go and get another one? You're like, okay. And speaking of getting another one, we have another team fight here as Lucid going to be able to take down one, throws out the ulti, and then dies pretty quickly. Kellen absorbing a lot here with his unbreakable will. Dplus not going to be able to save this turret, I don't think. As FearX come on down, never you mind, as in goes Kellen once again. Seismic shove this time is going to land, and it's aiming that's able to lock down that first kill. The killer instinct is finally here though for Henna, as he's taken so many rocks to the dome. One too many there, says Showmaker, and he locks down the double kill. Kingen has now found clear. This is a top lane matchup, Atlas. We can dial it down a little bit, and I will do so. Yep, and they are hitting, pressing buttons. What did you think of the team fight off?
But here with the Unraveled Earth coming back up again, there's nothing you can do.
Oh, we got more fighting. There's another headbutt pulverized, this time onto Raptor. He's going to be the first one to go down in this fight. Showmaker in pretty good position. Lucid just interrupting everything. Kingen diving on top, but the K'Sante will not be stopped from... Never mind, Zeri's going to be able to do so. Henna now running away from Aiming, who is completely powered up. There's the double. Over the wall goes Execute, but you will not survive. It's the triple kill as we're diving into turrets before we've taken outers.
The cleanup so good there from Dplus, which is...
back in live,
Yeah.
Henna is not
You know what?
live.
I hate to be that guy, but I can't, you know, we did say the Rakan terrible into the Talia, and we kind of saw an example why right there.
And this is the other kill that we got out of the replay that was from before, and Henna died. As extendo beams are flying in, there's the Weave as well. They're looking to close in on to Closer, no pun intended. I apologize for that one, and he's just gonna get jumped on by the Meganar. Now Henna is running for the hills, and Dplus are just trying to catch him one after the other. Extendo beam comes down. The ulti from Aiming is there. Execute is just in no man's land. I guess it's his side of the map, but BNK are completely disjointed.
This kind of reminds me though, you remember last summer when KT had that massive win streak?
Oh yeah.
Game win streak, and they kept playing like the same champs, and Aiming was on Kai'Sa. It's feeling like that with Zeri at the moment.
It is feeling a little bit like that. Let's see whether BNK can overcome it, as Closer has a great flank angle, but Showmaker buying some time here with the Zhonya's. He is able to flash his way out. Seismic shove to protect him. Meanwhile, the rest of the fight, Aiming is in a little bit of trouble. Throws down the ulti, is now Henna trying to answer, but it does not work. Execute almost going to get killed by Kellen after Showmaker does so much heroism. And Raptor is hoping they forget that he's here. And they won't.
You're there!
Unfortunately, there is vision, and the sweeper doesn't last long enough. Execute's also dead. Kingen throws a drill at him, which is something you shouldn't do in real life, but you can in League of Legends. It's absolutely fine as Aiming, chasing down the tree, and Raptor just wants to sleep. He's in his pajamas, Aiming. He's gonna dab and head into the brush. They throw down the control ward, an expensive kill here, but it's gonna be the 9th for Aiming, and things that are expensive, not something that Aiming really cares about. We know he loves to farm. But this is pretty up there, as Lucid, speaking of Execute.
You know, I feel like, honestly, because Poppy's W is quite short.
True. Well, we're gonna trade some positions here, as Henna, the killer instinct, we were asking for it, some more proactive play, and sadly we got it.
That certainly was a decision you can make.
Oh,
but
no.
yeah, like at least Poppy's W, like, you know, it is a brief the time it's up for. But Showmaker just slams the Unraveled Earth up and it's just there.
Yeah. Kellen, Unbreakable Will, gonna be able to get him out of there, it's clear. Travels over some rocks, but he's pretty tanky, he's not too worried about it. This turret going to fall down, and there's another headbutt pole. Kellen, you maestro of the engage. Never mind, it may not necessarily work out as Aiming. Never mind, he's at full health. Clear, going to get taken down. The burst fire is now coming in as Aiming skates over the little rock. They'll take down this inhibitor. Okay, well, they might be able to get themselves towards a dragon. That's what's going to be spawning now, as Raptor is still relatively low. Kingen trying to get out of the way of Henna, who's going to get slowed down by the boomerang. There's some more knockups going to be connecting here onto Execute. Clear back to full health as the Weaver's Wall comes in. They're splitting up the fight once again. The Grand Entrance, so powerful, and another Pulverize just says absolutely not. Kingen is flashing on top of Henna as well. It's a quadra kill for Aiming on the Zeri. I had a penny for the amount of times these Zeris have gotten multi-kills. I'd have lots of pennies this season. As Raptor, he might be the extended pentakill, and that's it. Aiming's gonna lock it down. I'm sorry for not screaming my lungs off, but it's been so many already this season.
And it's another for Zeri. It's always Zeri, but Aiming, after a pretty monstrous performance on Zeri, will get the penta, and they will close out the series 2-0. Their first 2-0 of summer.
These are some of the best highlights from the 2024 LCK Summer Split matchups of the day. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.